I think in last lecture we have taken the numericals on Buckingham's pi theorem, and we have completed the dimensional model analysis. Then we have discussed about the models in similarities, why model analysis is useful for us. All things we have covered in the last lecture. I think we will not revise the things because it will take more time. First of all, we'll cover the syllabus and then we'll take the revision lectures. If anybody having problem, my WhatsApp number is with everybody, so you can give me. You can ask or you can submit your doubts on that group on my WhatsApp number, so that I can answer. Okay, so I think with this we'll start. I think is screen visible. Somebody can reply.
Yes, sir, visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So today I think it is a subunit. I think it is not having relation. This means as a requirement of university, we have made one chapter which includes the dimensional and model analysis and forces on submerged bodies. But there is that much correlation is not there in between these two subunits. So therefore, this is a different unit, and dimension analysis is going to be a different subunit. But as a requirement of university, but and this is important that at least you should know the forces on submerged bodies. You should know about the drag and lift forces. So that's therefore we have included this chapter. Okay, we uh, didn't want to skip this unit from this subject. Therefore, we have included this unit in our syllabus. So forces on submerged bodies today we are going to start. So all bodies are there, all objects are there, they are submerged in the fluid. It may be air. We itself as a one of the body, we also submerged in the air. Okay. Or like this, many objects are there, many bodies are there, equipments are there that are submerged in the fluid, maybe in air, maybe in water. Okay. So here, what whenever any body is submerged on a fluid. The fluid may be stationary or may be moving. Okay, it is having tendency to exert a force on that body, and that force is there. So that force we call it as it is just a resultant force. But if you resolve that force in two ways, so if it's one of the we can resolve in the horizontal direction, okay, and one is in vertical direction. So the two components will result, and that two components we are calling it as one of the drag and one of the lift. That details we are going to see in this chapter. So this is now this chapter is there. It is at introductory level for our study, but it is having very much important. It is having very much importance in study of the in designing of the aeroplanes, in designing of the any objects which are moving in water, etc. So designing of the cars, vehicles, etc. So where there will be less resistance from the fluid on that object that we are interested, we should interest as a engineer. So for that here this knowledge of forces on immersed body is very much essential. So to design aeroplane, to design cars, sports cars, okay, to design structures also, that what some structures, the buildings are there, they are going to be submerged in the air, and definitely wind forces are acting on that particular building. To sustain that building against wind forces, so such knowledge of drag forces, wind and lift forces, or forces which are exerted by the fluid on object is very much essential. Already we have studied in fluid statics in dam, construction of dam, fluid statics. But here, there, generally water is in dam, generally water is stationary. So water, when it is released in river, it may flow, but in the dam, generally water is stationary. So there we have discussed about the importance that is designing of the walls of the dam. But here, in general, though objects are there, whatever objects are there, it means stationary objects are there, which are submerged in the in the fluid, or objects those are moving in a stationary fluid. So many conditions we can apply. Sometimes what object is stationary and fluid is moving. Sometimes fluid is moving and object is stationary, or sometimes both are moving. So in this case, all the cases, the fluid is having tendency to exert a force on that particular object, and so that forces here generally what kind of forces are there, how we can resolve that forces, that we are going to see. Okay, so like this here in one PowerPoint presentation, same whatever I have explained, it is in what concise manner it is written. When a body is moving in a stationary fluid, a force is exerted by the fluid on the body. Also, when the body and fluid both are moving at different velocities, a force exerted by the fluid on the body. Yes, some of the example already I have told you. Flow of air over buildings. Okay, building is stationary but air is flowing. Flow of water over bridges. Okay, so in that case, bridge is stationary but water is flowing along that bridge. So here, exert fluid may exert forces on the bridges. And nowadays, you might be experiencing nowadays flood situation. So why bridges are collapsing? Because whatever the structure of bridges are there, it may be get weaken, it become weak, that structure of bridges, and source of water is too much nowadays in the flood, so it may exert a force on that particular columns of that particular bridge, and columns are weak, so it may collapse. So submarines, subships, airplanes, and automobiles moving through water or air, means submarines may move through water, aeroplanes and automobiles are moving in air. So here, in all these cases, the force is exerted by the fluid on that object. Now we'll see exact now. Okay. So this is the force exerted by a flowing fluid on a stationary object. First of all, we'll see. So let us consider that on there here. Let the fluid, it may be air. Okay. It is moving with average velocity u, capital U. Let us consider. So this is a stationary body. If you consider, this is a stationary body, pink shaped. Okay, and hatched lines are there. So this is body we'll consider as a stationary body. So this fluid, we know that now, as per our earlier discussion, this fluid will exert a force on this particular body, and this force is having two resultant force. That component we call it as a resultant force. Okay, so this as a Fr, we can call it as a Fr. Now, as already told that any kind of force we can resolve into two components. One is in the direction of fluid, okay, on horizontal direction or tangential direction, and one is direction which is perpendicular to the direction of the fluid. So as we see Fr, and everybody saying now you have learned basic mechanics, basic mechanics, applied mechanics, and strength of material. Everybody know resolution of forces. So this Fr is resolved into two components. One is in the tangential direction or in the direction of fluid flow. That is called as what? FD force. FD means what? Now I will give the name for this now. Drag force. It is called a what? Drag force. So FD means what? It is considered as a drag force. So drag force now, it is what is drag force now? I am defining. Anybody? Drag force is what? Here, what is drag force now? As per as the definition, in your language you can define, no problem for drag force. Anybody? Anybody can unmute and tell. Swaz, in your language, what is it? Is a component of resultant force which is in the direction of fluid, or which is in the tangential direction of the fluid, or in the direction of fluid, whatever you word. Okay, and one force is one component of the resultant force. These are component of resultant force, everybody. So definition will start the, it is a component of a resultant force in the direction of flow or in the tangential direction of flow, if specific. That is called a drag force, denoted by FD. Everybody getting? So then another force is there, another component of resultant force, which is in perpendicular direction of the fluid. Which is direction is what? Perpendicular. So that is called as lift force. It is called what? Lift force, or it is called what? Denoted by letter what? FL. Okay. So here FL is a lift force and one is what? Drag force FD. Okay. So drag force is the component of a resultant force which is in the direction of flow, and another is what? Lift force, the component of a resultant force which is in perpendicular direction of flow. So these are called as these two forces that we are interested in on the this unit, that is forces on submerged bodies. You already understand? So draw this figure and define drag force and lift force. You already understand? Please chat, you message in chat box.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Suhas. Like Suhas, I want to reply. So quick reply I'm getting. Yes, okay, yes, yes, okay. Now draw this figure fastly. I'm forwarding this PowerPoint presentation to you, but still I request you to. Okay. So if you draw this and then. Okay. Now write down. This also you write down. The component of total force Fr in a direction of motion is called as drag. This component denoted by Fd. Thus, drag force is exerted by the fluid in the direction of motion. So, drag force is the component of a resultant force in the direction of flow or in the direction of fluid. Write down. Lift force, the component of total force or resultant force in the direction perpendicular to the direction of motion is known as lift. This is denoted by FL. Okay. Thus, lift is the force exerted by the fluid in the direction perpendicular to the direction of motion. Lift force occurs only when the axis of body is inclined to the direction of fluid flow. If the axis of the body is parallel to the direction of fluid flow, lift force is zero. In that case, only drag force exists. So depending on that direction of that particular object or body here, the component of lift force or drag force may depends. When the when the direction of fluid, okay, and the axis of that body is horizontal, is parallel to the direction of the fluid, then only drag force will be present. So FD will be only present. So in that case, there will be no lift component. FL will be zero. Okay. And when the object axis is perpendicular to the direction of fluid flow, then FL will be maximum and FD will be zero. So this depends on that. And when the body's axis is inclined, then both drag force as well as what lift force may present. So this knowledge is very much important. The component of the total force Fr in the direction. I write down all these things, very important, and then tell me over the component of the total force Fr in the direction perpendicular to the direction of motion is known as lift. This is denoted by Fl. Thus, lift is the force exerted by the fluid in a direction perpendicular to the direction of motion. Lift force occurs only when the axis of the body is inclined to the direction of fluid flow. If the axis of the body is parallel to the direction of fluid flow, lift force is zero. So all these things you write down and tell me that is over. Okay, yes, over. Understand and over. Okay, whose reply is there? This is the reply of, I think, Swan Nani. Like this, everybody reply and we'll go to next point. So once again, I request everybody that many students have not submitted quiz number one. So I am now, yesterday only I discussed seen. So only 40 students have submitted. So I am going to close today only, last chance. Okay. So for us, it is very easy to lock that queues and give whatever the existing real marks are there. But still, your many students are taking casual, submitting these quizzes in time, etc. Time limit is there. I can understand about attending lecture, etc. Little bit here and there, but still, quizzes, assignments, etc. Homeworks, everybody should submit. And homework only regularly only 6 to 7 students only submitting. Others they are taking rest, enjoying. That should not be situation. If you would have been in college, definitely you would you have to solve the assignments. Okay, take care. No. Okay, so everybody replied. So expression for drag and lift. And for this, write down expression for drag and lift on this stationary body. Write down on. This is we are going for on stationary body. On stationary body. So expression for drag and lift on stationary body. Okay. Now here one stationary body. Now already this arbitrary shaped body we have taken in last slide. Now let us consider that arbitrary shaped pink colored. Okay. So this arbitrary shaped solid body is there. Okay. And fluid is moving with velocity u. Okay. Now there will be, as we know that the force will be exerted by the fluid on this body. Okay, so if that resultant force acting on that body will be Fr, we know that there are two components of it in the direction of flow. One component is there, it is called as Fd. One component which is perpendicular to the direction of fluid flow is called as Fl. That we know. Now we should know the how to calculate the drag force and what is how to calculate the lift force or expression for the drag and lift force. Okay. Now let us consider. Now for that, what we are going to do is our case. So as usual, many times we are doing things that on this object we are taking a small element, and whatever what we are doing on that element we are calculating the forces, maybe or the drag or in the direction of fluid flow or in the perpendicular direction of the fluid flow. And afterwards, what we are doing? Anybody? So whatever the force is acting, we are considering, we are assuming that, or it is there that here the body is made up of n number of that elemental strips or that element, and whatever the component we are calculating on that element, so that component we are integrating so that we will get the total force or total information of the force on the entire body. So this is our usual mathematical method. What we are doing is small when small elemental body we are taking. Okay, on that body we are calculating the forces. Okay. After calculating the forces on that body, simplification is there, integration is the nothing but what here we are considering that the body total body is made up of small number of that elemental strips or that body, and we are integrating the forces on that elemental strips or body elemental area, so that we will get entire area. So this is our usual method, mathematical method. The same method we are going to applying here. Okay, now concentrate. Now this fluid is moving with velocity u. Okay, now this fluid will exert the forces. So one force is that it is a pressure. Definitely pressure is going to be acting on that element. So for before that, we're assuming one small elemental area dA, having cross section area dA. Okay, and on that dA, the one force, very important force is there, pressure of the fluid is there. Pressure always acts normal to the body. So this pressure is acting normal to this body. Okay. Let us consider the dA is the area of that element. So pressure force. So pressure intensity is P. Then pressure force will be force is equal to pressure is equal to force upon. So basic definition. Pressure is equal to what? Force upon area. Therefore, pressure force will become pressure intensity into area. Everybody getting? So this basic is where we're going. So pressure. So P is the pressure intensity, and dA intensity is always normal to the surface. P into dA is the pressure force acting on that elemental state. Now, another thing is there that whenever that fluid will exert the pressure. So one this is one of the pressure force is there. Another force is there that there will be some resistance or here what we can call on the surface of that element. Some fluid will also exert a force on that element, and that is nothing but what? Viscous forces. It is nothing but what? Shear forces or shearing. There will be shearing action. Shearing action means what? On the surface. Here also that skin or on the skin of that object, some that air may slide and there will be skinning action or here shearing action may take in between that fluid and that object. So that force is nothing but what? There, see, here we can call it as a shear force, or it is viscous force we can call shear force or viscous force. So that component of shear force we denote by letter tau naught or tau zero. You can as tau naught. Okay, tau naught is going to be the shear intensity, not force, shear intensity exerted on that particular object. And as it is intensity, it should be multiplied by area, so that we'll get the shear force. So two forces we are getting. One is pressure force and another is what? Shear force. Okay, shearing action. So the okay, in shall I tell in Marathi? So जर आपण जर विंड जर आपल्या बॉडी भोवती जर आपण ऍक्ट होत असेल तर पहिला असेल तो प्रेशर फोर्स आणि नंतर सुद्धा काय करतो वारा आपल्या शरीराभोवती एक स्किनिंग आपल्या स्किनवर ऍक्ट होतो आणि स्किनवर काय होते तो वारा घसरतो म्हणतो आपण त्याला घसरतो एक प्रकारचा किंवा आपण शिरिंग ऍक्शन त्याला म्हणतो आपण म्हणजे घर्षण वाऱ्याचं आणि आपल्या शरीराच्या स्किनचं जे घर्षण आहे त्या फोर्सला आपण काय म्हणतो स्किन shear forces. Okay, so therefore what? Here it is going to be PDA and one is what? Tau dA. So PDA is perpendicular to the pressure intensity is normal to that particular surface. Okay, and tau dA is here in the direction or in the tangential direction to that particular object. Okay, tau into dA. Okay, so therefore PDA is one of the force and another is what? Tau dA. Now let us consider that this PDA component is making angle theta with the horizontal. So this angle PDA is making angle theta with the horizontal. So this PDA, this we know that it is normal to the surface. Therefore, this angle is 90 degree. Okay. So this is theta. This is 90. Obviously, one this angle plus this angle plus this angle it will become 180. So this theta plus 90 it should be subtracted from 180, so it will become 90 minus theta. So this theta, this is here 90, this is 90 minus theta. Now it is very easy for us to resolve these particular forces. So next slide we are going to resolve it. So I request everybody to draw this particular sketch so that we'll resolve the component in the next slide. So I request everybody to whether it is understand, please give in message yes and draw this particular diagram. मला पण जरा समजून घेता येईल. बघा सरांचं लक्ष द्यायला कोण पाल करतो. Okay, understand. Swas must only given message. Understand. Please. Okay, good. Shubham Shingan, understand. Good. Okay, understand and over. Okay, Pramod Avlekar, understand and over. So shall I then move to next slide? We have to resolve the forces now. Everybody understand the figure. Consideration. Figures means what? Considerations. Okay. Now, already we have discussed about that till now. So first is there the forces acting on that particular object, stationary object, is one of pressure force equal to P into dA acting perpendicular to the surface. It is pressure intensity always acts normal to the surface. Then shear force equal to tau naught into dA acting along tangential direction of the surface. Okay, already consideration we have to learn. So let theta angle made by pressure force with the horizontal direction. So already we have taken this theta is angle made by the pressure force with the horizontal direction. Okay. Now we have to get the expression for the drag force and the lift force. The drag force on the elemental area. Now, first of all, we are going to calculate the drag force, total drag force we are calculating on the elemental area. And afterwards, to have the drag force on entire surface, we are integrating the drag force on elemental area. Okay, this is mathematics integration by definition of integration. We are doing this. Okay, then drag force acting on the elemental area. So force, drag force means what? Forces which is acting in the direction of flow. So force due to pressure in the direction of fluid motion plus force due to shear stress in the direction of fluid motion. Now we have to resolve. So these forces we have to resolve. So one is what? PDA. What is we can resolve in the direction of forces here? PDA resolution will be what? PDA cos theta. Am I getting? PDA cos theta and tau dA cos 90 minus theta. These are the only forces. Now this is PDA acting in the direction of motion. Now again basic forces that whatever we have learned in the Euler's equation, same basics we have to apply. The direction of the force, if it is in direction of flow, we have to consider it as a positive, and if the direction is coming in the opposite direction of the fluid, then that we have to consider as a negative. Now, if you resolve the forces, PDA is coming also in the direction of u, tau dA cos 91 theta is also coming in the positive direction. So both forces we have to consider as a positive. Here also, here force due to pressure in the direction of fluid motion, that is PDA cos theta. Already we resolved. Not necessary to tell details about that. PDA cos theta plus tau naught dA cos 90 minus theta. Tau naught dA. Okay. So it is B, but mathematics we tell that cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta. Am I right now? Cos 90 minus theta is equal to sin theta. Okay. Therefore, PDA cos theta plus tau naught dA cos 90 minus theta is equal to what? PDA cos theta plus tau dA sin theta. So this is the drag force acting on the elemental area. But we want total drag. So total drag will be what? Summation of the forces, drag force acting on elemental area. So it will be what? Individual we can go for summation. So summation of PDA cos theta plus summation of tau dA sin theta. So integration P cos theta dA plus integration tau sin theta dA. So this is the area integral. So remember that this is the area integral. The entire area we have to take the integration. Okay. So if it is indirectly we are taking that, this is the entire area. So P integration P cos theta dA plus integration tau naught sine theta dA. So these represent the total drag force on that your entire area. Remember that as in we are taking integration. I think everybody might have understood. I think I have this simple and here everything is on the screen. So if it is understand, please tell understand.
Yes, sir.
Understood. Suhas, okay. Suhas reply I want quick reply he is giving. Others please reply on your own here. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good. Shivani, okay. Then very good. So integration P cos theta dA. This is the drag force due to pressure. This is the drag force due to pressure component. Hence, this is called as pressure drag or form drag. What is that? Drag force, total drag force will be what? Integration P cos theta. This is due to two components. One is due to shear component, shear force component, shear force, and one is due to pressure. So the component of the drag force, which is happened or here which is happened due to pressure or due to which is due to pressure, which is due to pressure is called as pressure drag or form drag. Okay, and while the drag component which is due to shear force is called as shear drag or friction drag because it is due to friction, or skin drag because it is on the skin. So the component of the drag force which is due to pressure is called as pressure drag or form drag, and the component of drag force which is due to shear force is called as shear drag or skin drag or friction drag. Okay, so they may ask what is meant by skin drag. So skin drag is a component of the drag force which is due to shear force or here skin for due to shear force or skin drag. So I think if you understood, please write up to drag force. And lift force is also very simple. If those are very strong in applied mechanics, so they, for them it is very easy. Okay, so please write down only basics. Only I have covered. Only I have given some hint for basics. Otherwise, it is due to you have those are having idea about basic applied mechanics, or they can understand this. Very simple. But in the if it is our offline examination is there, the favorite question of the setters are always that derive an expression for drag and lift on stationary bodies. So this is a 6 mark or 7 mark question if it is offline examination. But it is online examination, MCQ they may ask on this. Like what is here for pressure drag is due to dash dash, or many they can create. If you know the basics, you can answer the questions. Okay, please write up to drag force and tell me over. If it is over, then tell me. Over, over. Okay, Nikita Power. Okay, only over. Then no problem. Lift force is a very simple like that only. Only the components now we are taking in the direction perpendicular to direction of motion. That only we are resolving. Shall I go? Oh, shall I proceed for lift force? Now, lift force by definition, what is lift force? Lift force are the force due to the forces which are acting in perpendicular to direction of motion. That we are considering as a lift force. Same way, first of all, we are finding the lift force on elemental area and we are integrating to get the total lift force on the object. Okay. Now, lift force on the elemental area like this is force due to pressure in the direction perpendicular direction of motion. Force due to pressure in the direction perpendicular direction of motion. And second is what? Force due to shear stress in the direction perpendicular to direction of motion. Now here tangential component we resolve. Now perpendicular component in the vertical direction. Let us consider simple language. Okay, now what is PDA? PDA pressure component will be what? PDA in the direction of perpendicular direction will be what? PDA sine theta. and it is now what is general law is there that here those forces which are acting in the upward direction will be positive. Remember that this is basic. Forces which are acting in the direction upward direction will be positive, and forces which are like our up here forces acting in the downward direction it should be negative. That consideration we have to go for. So therefore, why minus PDA sin theta is there, everybody? Because here the components which are in the direction upward direction always should be positive, and here the component which are in the downward direction should be negative. That is the concept. Okay. Now, therefore, PDA sin theta, if you go for a direction of PDA cos theta sin theta, it is resolved. If you resolve, it will become in the downward direction. Am I right? Therefore, this will become in downward direction. Therefore, it should be considered as negative. And upward direction forces positive. If you are not getting, write down in your some margin of your top margin, top margin of your notebook or page that forces acting in upward direction should be positive, forces acting in downward direction should be negative. Okay. Now, therefore, force due to pressure. So PDA sin theta, but it is acting in downward direction as a resolution. If after resolution, therefore it is minus. So minus PDA sin theta, one of the component, plus tau dA, tau naught 90 sine, tau naught sine 90 minus theta, but it is acting in upward direction. Therefore, it should be considered as positive. Okay. So therefore, tau naught dA sine 90, tau naught dA sine 90 minus theta. But again, sine 90 minus theta is also equal to cos theta. Cos 90 minus theta is equal to sine theta, and sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. That we know the trigonometry. Everybody is perfect, I think. We have got admission for engineering. Am I right? Okay. Therefore, minus PDA sin theta plus tau naught dA sin 90 minus theta. But sin 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Therefore, here minus PDA sin theta plus tau naught dA cos theta. This is a lift force acting on that elemental area. But negative sign is taken with pressure force, it is acting in the downward direction, while shear force is acting in vertically up. So this is also given. Okay. Therefore, total lift with the integration of this. So FL is equal to integration of tau naught dA cos theta minus sin we can take outside minus integration P dA sin theta. Therefore, is equal to tau naught cos theta dA rearranging the term minus P sin theta dA. So this will be the total lift force on the component, or this lift force on the elemental area we can denote by, they were not denoted, but we can denote by DFL. DFL means what? Lift force acting on the elemental area, DFL, and FL means total lift force acting on that elemental area. Though not they have not denoted, will denote. DFL means what? Lift force acting on that elemental area. Like this DFD. DFD means what? Lift drag force acting on the elemental area, DFD, and total FD means on the body for your convention. I think you might have those have understood drag force. Definitely they will understand lift force. And but still, my as a formality or my duty, I am asking. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Suhas, okay. Yes. Nikita Pawar, yes. Good. Shivan Nani, yes. So right hand, tell me overall. So quickly write down so that we'll now on moving body there is only empirical relation. I will tell. Okay. ठीक है. Write down those and tell me. Others, I don't know whether they are understanding or whether they are not understanding. They are not asking doubts also there. How I can judge that whether they are understanding or not? Please reply over so that we'll go to next slide. It's very important. So it is basic of all this drag and lift comes under this article. In the MCQ they will ask, but there is no concept of lift, shear lift or pressure lift. It might be we can relate it, but in book nobody never it I have came across that there is a lift, shear lift or a pressure lift. Like drag, we can call it as a pressure drag or form drag or skin friction or yeah, shear drag. But still we can, there is no notation or nobody has given that idea. Over. Okay, over. Good. So written. So this is very in off paper examination, if in offline examination is there, this is a many times favorite question because of the drag and lift. Express your derive an expression for pressure drag and drag force and lift force acting on stationary bodies. Now moving bodies. The drag and lift for object on moving body. Write on article. Drag and lift force acting on moving bodies. Drag and lift force acting on the moving bodies. This is related to stationary. Now we are going to go for drag and lift force acting on moving bodies. The drag and lift force for a body moving in the fluid density rho. Okay, now body is moving, moving in fluid density rho at a uniform velocity capital U are calculated mathematically as. So this is directly formula. Write down. FD is equal to drag force FD is equal to CD capital A CD capital A rho U square divided by 2. CDA rho U square divided by 2. And FL is equal to CLA rho U square divided by 2. FL is equal to CLA rho U square divided by 2. So this formula everybody have to remember. So this is the correlations are there, or these relations found by the experimental data. And if it is found by experimental data and whatever that it is a correlation. This is what after doing the experimentation on the objects, etc. And by the experiments, if you find the data, it is called as empirical correlations. And these correlations, as it is, whatever we are finding by, because water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at atmospheric pressure. This is like experimentally we found that. So therefore, we have to use that as a law. So like this, the drag force acting on a moving bodies, okay, which are moving in uniform velocity u, okay, and fluid density rho. So in that case, FD is equal to CD capital A CDA rho u square divided by 2. Or you can write here as a simplification along CDA rho u square divided by 2. Okay, so this is a drag force acting on a moving body, and lift force only CD will replaced by CL is equal to what? CLA rho u square divided by, okay, this is the drag coefficient of drag, CL is coefficient of lift, and A is area of body, which is projected area on the body perpendicular to direction of flow. Here are this is okay, this is a projected area. Maximum area of the projection, maximum largest projected area of immersed body we have to take. Okay, everybody got this? So this is in relation because it is find scientists found on their experimental basis, experimental data, and therefore, as we have gone, it is a rule, a law. It becomes law when some data is we have got from the experiments or scientists got from their experiment. So as it is, we have to take, okay, as a correlation. Already I told you that if water boils at 100 degrees Celsius at atmospheric pressure, this is experimentally proven. So there is no need to prove it again. So this is proven by the scientist here, this correlation. Therefore, as it is, we have to remember. Okay, so drag force acting on the moving body is given by CD A rho U squared divided by 2. So CD is coefficient of drag, A is maximum projected area, rho U squared divided by 2. Now, here we have to go for. So drag force is directly proportional to projected area. This is remember why I am telling. Drag force is directly proportional to the projected area. So if the projected area is too much, okay, higher, maximum, drag force will be maximum. If projected area will be maximum, drag force will be maximum. So now I think everybody know that in olden days or whatever the vehicles were there, vehicles, some old vehicles are still there, we can so their front body is designed as what is their shape? Anybody? Anybody? What is shape of that body? कशा होत्या बॉडी पहिल्या बॉडीच्या? पहिल्या जुन्या कार, जुन्या एसटी, जुन्या ट्रक जर म्हणले आपण तर त्याच्या पहिल्या बॉडी कशा होत्या? एनीबडी?
रेक्टँगल सर.
रेक्टँगल किंवा स्क्वेअर. आणि आता जर तुम्ही बघितल्या मॉडिफाईड सध्या एसटी वगैरे किंवा मॅक्झिमम जेवढं त्यांना कर्व करता येईल तेवढं त्यांनी काय केलेलं, त्या बॉडी सगळ्या काय केलेल्या, फ्रंट डिझाईन त्यांच्या कशा केलेल्या आहेत, कर्व केलेल्या आहेत. ओके, तर त्याचा पर्पज काय? तर समजा विंड फोर्स जर ऍक्ट होत असेल याच्यावर बॉडीवर, तर तो जर स्क्वेअर डिझाईन जर असतील किंवा रेक्टँगल डिझाईन असतील तर ड्रॅग फोर्स, एअर न एक्झर्ट केलेला ड्रॅग फोर्स हा काय असणार आहे, त्याच्यावर जास्त ऍक्ट होणार आहे. कारण का? तर आपलं रिलेशन काय सांगते? एरिया वाढला, प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया, की ड्रॅग फोर्स काय होईल, वाढेल. ओके, देअर फोर हिअर त्यामुळं एरिया वाढला की ड्रॅग फोर्स काय होतोय, वाढतोय. ओके, त्यामुळं ते एरिया कमी करायचं, प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया काय करायसाठी, कमी करण्यासाठी काय केलेलं आहे, त्या प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया कमी करण्यासाठी, ड्रॅग फोर्स कमी होण्यासाठी त्या आपण ह्या गोष्टी केलेल्या आहेत. म्हणजे त्यांचे डिझाईन्स किंवा स्पोर्ट्स कार बघितले असतील तर स्पोर्ट्स कारचं काय असतं नेहमी, कर्वेचर. का? तर एरिया, प्रोजेक्टेड एरिया जर वाढला तर ड्रॅग फोर्स काय होतो, वाढतो. त्यामुळे रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ एअर विल बिकम मोर. त्यामुळे सगळ्या डिझाईन्स आता एरोप्लेनचं डिझाईन कसं असतं, तुम्ही हिअर इट इज गोइंग टू बी लेस रेजिस्टन्स, ऑर यू कॅन कॉल एरोफॉइल शेप. एरोफॉइल शेप म्हणजे काय, तर जिथं कमीत कमी रेजिस्टन्स वॉटरचा किंवा एअरचा एक्टॅक्ट होईल. इट इज वी हॅव टेकन दॅट डिझाईन फ्रॉम फिश. जर आपण बघितलं पक्षी किंवा बर्ड्स किंवा फिश, त्याच्या शेपनुसार एरोप्लेन डिझाईन केलेलं आहे. त्याचं कारण त्या शेपला नॅचरली गॉड हॅज गिव्हन दॅट शेप टू हॅव लेस रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ एअर. त्यामुळे पक्ष्यांचं डिझाईन बघितलं असेल तुम्ही, एरोप्लेनचं डिझाईन असेल तर इट इज एरोफाईल शेप, बिकॉज फॉर दॅट शेप लेस रेजिस्टन्स इज एक्झर्टेड बाय द एअर. आणि त्यानुसार आपण आता फ्रंट लाईन सगळे आपण काय करतोय, स्पोर्ट्स कार्स असतील वगैरे, तर त्यानुसार आपण डिझाईन करतोय सो दॅट एरिया, विंडला एरिया आपला काय जाईल, कमी जाईल. एवढे अंडरस्टँड दिस कन्सेप्ट? So CD is coefficient of drag, CL coefficient of lift, and A is what? Area of the body, which is projected area of the body perpendicular to direction of flow, or largest projected area of the body. आणि नंतर हा ड्रॅग जे असणार आहे तो रिझल्टंट ड्रॅग FR is equal to resultant force on the body is equal to what? Resultant due to drag and resultant due to lift. So FR is equal to what? Square root of what? FD square plus FL square. So everybody understand? If no doubts are there, please proceed. Yes, over, right, like this. Tell me yes, over. Then we have to take the numericals. If it is yes or okay. Now everybody have to remember this formula. Everybody is equal to what? CDA rho is square divided by 2 and FL is equal to CLA rho is square divided by 2. This completes theory on drag and lift. Now next is numerical. Write down first numerical after this solution. So write down numerical. If it is over, then tell me over. A flat plate 1.5 meter into 1.5 meter moves at 50 kilometer per hour in stationary air of density 1.15 kg per meter cube. If the coefficients of drag and lift are 0.15 and 0.75 respectively, determine the lift force, second the drag force, third is the resultant force, and last one is what? Power required to keep the plate in motion. Write down. And if it is over numerically, if it write up numerically is over, then tell me. Please mention in chat box that if it is over, it is over. Over Shivan. Okay. Okay. Now these are the plate is moving. Okay, in stationary object. So what do I have to do is there that velocity of plate. Okay. So though it is velocity of fluid or velocity of that particular body. So area of the plate, maximum projected area what to go for. So area will be equal to what? 1.5 into 1.5 is equal to 2.25 meter square. 2.25 meter square. Then velocity of the plate u is equal to 50 kilometer per hour. So in SI unit we should represent in meter per second. So 50 into 1000 divided by hour means 60 into 60 is equal to 13.89. So rho of air is given as 1.15 kg per meter cube. Okay, and coefficient of drag CL is equal to 0.15 they were given, and CL is given to 0.75. So lift force. So lift force means what? FL is equal to what is formula of FL? So FL is equal to CLA into rho U square divided by 2 is equal to 0.75 into 2.25 into rho 1.15 into u 13.89 square divided by 2. Therefore, it will become what? 187.20 Newton. So only we have to use the relation. So CLA is equal to rho u square divided by 2 is equal to 0.75 into 2.25 into 1.15 into 13.89 square divided by 2. Similarly, next they ask for the drag force. ABD is equal to CDA rho u square divided by 2. CD means only thing is there that this only CD, this is all things are same. Only CD and CL due to that lift force and drag force will be different. Now 0.15 into 2.25 rho 1.15 into 13.89 square divided by 2 is equal to 37.44 Newton. So this is the drag force. Next is what? Resultant force. Resultant force Fr is equal to FD square plus FL square. So this will be square root of FD square plus FL square. Resultant force is equal to 190.85 Newton. 190.85 Newton. And power required to keep the plate in motion. Okay. First of all, don't worry about 1000. Afterwards, you can divide. First of all, calculate in VAT. Don't divide by 1000. Finally, you divide. So that power required to keep the plate in motion. So it is what formula is equal to what? To keep the plate in motion, which force is responsible? Lift force will know. Lift force is responsible for lifting the object so that it will achieve the height, and drag force is required for to get the maximum distance traveled, horizontal distance traveled in the direction of flow. So to keep the plate in motion, here only which component of force is required? Drag force in the direction of motion into velocity, that is FD into U divided by 1000. So that will get answer in kilowatt. Okay, so remember that whatever the kite, if it is moving in that particular air, it is inclined. So whatever the kite is going in horizontal direction or range, whatever the maximum range it is achieving, it is due to drag force. Whatever the kite is here going in upward direction, whatever the lift here in moving maximally it is achieving the height, it is due to lift force. So remember that. So therefore, drag force is responsible for getting the range of that particular object, horizontal direction, horizontal range, and lift force is responsible to attain the maximum height of that object. So therefore, to keep the plate in motion, only one which component is responsible? Lift force is not responsible in that case. Only drag force is responsible. Therefore, FD into U, because power is equal to what? Power is equal to, if you go for force into, power is equal to W into work into here work per unit area. So work per time. Okay. And work is equal to what? Per unit time. Work. Okay. Work per unit time, and their work is equal to force into displacement divided by time. So therefore, it will become FD into U divided by 100. It is equal to what? F into displacement. and distance divided by time is equal to velocity u. F into u power. Okay. So force in the direction of motion into velocity divided by 1000. FD into u divided by 1000. So it will become 0.519. Everybody but understood, please write understood over, so that we'll go to next numerical. Over, understood over, yes over, yes over, please. Okay. Now next numerical. Experiments were conducted in wind tunnel with a wind speed of 50 km per hour on a flat plate of size 2 meter long into 1 meter wide. The density of air is 1.15 kg per meter cube. The coefficient of drag and lift are same. The lift force, drag force, resultant force, direction of resultant force, and power exerted by the air on plate. So similarly, same fashion numericals. Write down experiments were conducted. So given what is that area of that plate, 2 into 1, 2 meters square. Velocity of air u is equal to, they have given, we can write in meter per second. Same earlier numerical because 50 kilometer per hour. Density of air 1.15 kg per meter cube. Then value of CD is equal to 0.15 CL 0.75. Lift force FL is equal to CLA rho into U square divided by 2. So do it calculations. Drag force, resultant force, no problem. Direction now. Direction of resultant force is what? Here it is a slope. Therefore, tan theta is equal to FL because in vertical Fy upon Fx. So yeah, but FL means F vertical direction FL, and Fx means horizontal direction FD. So yeah, tan theta is equal to tan inverse of Fy upon Fx means FL upon FD, and is equal to 78.3069 degree. And power exerted, force in the direction of motion into velocity exerted by air on the plate. So it is what? Here FD into U, Newton per meter square, or watt. And afterwards, watt you can convert into kilowatt. Understood? No problem. So only thing is there that thing is essential things are there that we should calculate the, if it is understood and over, only thing is there we have to use the formulas. Over, please write. Understood over. Ritual, take this numerical. Man descends to the ground with the help of parachute from an aeroplane against the resistance of air with uniform velocity of 10 meter per second. The parachute is hemispherical in shape and is having diameter 5. Find weight of man if CD is equal to zero point 0.5 and density of air is 1.25 kg per meter. What is that? A man. Now this is a hemispherical. Well, so this is a parachute. Let us consider. But, What was the graphics? I am not that much for air parachute. Let's consider this as a parachute and our man show here. Okay. So this man is coming into here down, descending down. So this man is coming descending down with the help of this parachute. Okay, and with the help of an aeroplane against from an aeroplane against the resistance of air. So air is there, it is producing resistance, which is drag force. So air is there in the direction. So here in this case, this will be acting as a drag force of air. Okay, and the air is moving with velocity what u. So this drag air is moving in that direction. U is equal to what? Per 10 meter per second. Okay. So the parachute is hemispherical. So when it will be coming, so air is coming in hemispherical means what? So on which surface? But at this surface. So this is a circular surface. Circular. Parachute is hemispherical, but air is resisting is acting on that parachute in the air on which shape area a circular area, and for that diameter is 5. So area of projection will become what? 5 by 4 into d square. So this everybody have to calculate. Okay, and CD is equal to what? 0.5, and a row of air, that is 1, but actually it is 1.25 kg per meter cube. Okay, so what, where this drag force is exerted, but here to drag force here, to make the equilibrium condition, this drag force is equal to what? At least it should be equal to what? Anybody? The weight, drag force is acting in upward direction, and here weight of that body is acting in the downward direction. So entire, so parachute weight we are neglecting. If it is given, then weight of man plus weight of parachute. But in some numerical, if the weight of parachute is not given, then only weight of man we have to consider. So FD is equal to weight of parachute plus weight of man, but it is in this numerical no information about the weight of parachute, therefore only weight of man. So it is equal to what? Weight of man. Which is descending in equilibrium condition. Weight of man. So everybody is equal to weight of man. So drag force acting on air, now parachute, that we can calculate. And is equal to weight of man. Everybody understand? Therefore, weight of man is equal to FD and is equal to what? CD rho u square divided by 2. I think I request everybody to tell me the calculations. A, then CD. Understood concept? Understood concept? So this is the last numerical of this chapter. So I can declare that chapter number, after solving this numerical, we'll declare that chapter number 5 is also over. Understood concept? Please tell. Yes.
Sir.
Yes. Okay. So all good. Pramod Avlekar. Yes. Pramod. Okay. So this kind of numerical you take from Bansal book. I will forward that. I'll forward the total entire Bansal book, PDF of Bansal book. Okay. after this. So that now fifth chapter is over. Now next is unit number turbines. We are going to start machines. This ends fluid mechanics. Now next three chapters are related to fluid machineries. So tell me the answers. Area of parachute. Area of that area for drag lift. Projected area for drag calculation. What is projected area? Because him is projected area. Projected area. Projected area will be somebody can tell projected area.
19.63.
Okay, 19.63 meter square. All right, na? Swaz?
Yes, sir. Meter square.
Okay. And velocity is given. So CD is knowing, rho knowing u square. So weight of parachute will become now in that final case. Weight of parachute will become what? CD is 0.5 into rho is 1.25. U square means 10 square. Sorry, CDA. A is missing here. Sorry. CDA. And in that case, to 19 point. What is weight is coming as? Anybody? Weight is coming as anybody? Newton, that man. Somebody can tell calculation.
613.43 Newton.
एक मिनट I was just 613.43.
43.
Okay. 43 Newton. 613.43 Newton. Or kilo. Okay, somebody is interested in kgf. What is kgf? Divided by 19.5. 61 point. Somebody got it. So that man is not that much, what we can call, overweight or less weight. It is 62. Somebody have calculated. What is that value? 62 kilo something. Alright, na? kgf. Kilogram force. 62.54. Okay, everybody understood this? With this, understood? Over and right up is also over? Yes, over. Okay, Pramod Avlikar, yes. So with this, I think I conclude that the drag unit number 5, dimension analysis, is over. So I will send you the PPT of this also immediately. And again, PDF Archimedes notebook, so that whatever extra you want to learn, you can learn from that. Okay. So with this, I think today we'll stop here for today. In afternoon lecture, we'll start unit number 6. Thank you. So, but before that, I want to take attendance. Please give attendance.